Good afternoon. It's good to see everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming out to spend this time with us and with Ruth Ann. And how would you say it? I was instructed this morning about Pythagorean theory. And by a show of hands, does anyone in this room besides Dad know what Pythagorean theory is? Well, of course Ben would know. I did not do well in mathematics in high school or in grade school or in kindergarten, but my daughter explained this morning how you can figure out an isosceles triangle with the Pythagorean theory if you only have two sides. I was impressed. So I guess my wife did a good job with her schooling. And I never, and that's algebra, and I didn't really get into algebra. And that wasn't in my notes either, so my wife is like, get back to the notes. Each one of you is here today because you have been involved with or influenced in some way Ruth Ann, and we have come to recognize her achievements thus far in her life. And we do thank you for each one who is here. And one of the top things when we decided we were going to homeschool was we wanted the kids to develop good, godly characteristics, and we wanted to make that a priority in their schooling. So the Bible is at the core of the instructions that she has received, not including algebra and things. That's kind of outside of that. But it was a priority that she would focus on the things of God and do her best to develop the talents that God has given her, just as He has given every one that He has created. And if you came in the front and you walked past the wall over there, you're able to look at some of the sketchings and paintings that she has done. And then later you'll get to be regaled by her piano playing and the lute. Is that what that? It's a dulcimer. So she's going to do some of that a little bit later. I would like to remind my daughter that God gave His people instructions. And in Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 5 it says, "So choose life, that you may live, you and your descendants, by loving the Lord your God, obeying His voice, and holding fast to Him, for this is your life, and the length of your days." Now, Ruth Ann was baptized into Christ several years ago, 7 years ago, and at that point she chose life. She allowed God to take over her life and give her the forgiveness of sins and the gift of the Holy Spirit. And we've been beneficially blessed to be able to see how her life has developed thus far. And we are excited to see how God will work in the future with her. Now, with the reference in Deuteronomy, I would add one other thing to that, which is Ephesians 6:1. Some people don't know what Ephesians 6:1 is. I bet most of the little ones back there do. Ephesians 6:1 says, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right." So I would like to invite my wife up to make the presentation, and she has some comments as well.
Ruth Ann, it has been a joy to be your teacher because of your love of learning. When you were a little girl, 5 years old, just starting out in school, you looked up from your math book and you said, 12 minus 4 is 8? That's so mysterious, because 4 plus 4 is 8 too. So you had this curiosity, you had this love of learning, and that has served you well as you went through your school. The last couple years of your school, you set for yourself actually it was the last couple years of your math course, you set for yourself the goal to have a 100% average on your course for math. And you achieved it by your hard work. And if anybody looks at the artwork out there, there's also a book filled with her mathematical equations and formulas, which I do not understand at all, but we did find a wonderful math course that explained all this to Ruth Ann, and I did not have to learn math twice, which is a huge blessing to me. So I'm very thankful for that. And then also the interest that you had in it and the hard work helped you with your state testing. The last required state test that you took, you ended up with an average 13.6 grade, and that was at 10th grade that you took that. And we were very happy with that. That put you in the 91st percentile of kids for that grade level. So we were very happy with the work you put into school and your interest and your sweet spirit in always wanting to do what we gave you to do. So thank you, Ruth Ann, for making it easy for us. You're welcome. Also, in Ruth Ann's senior year, she's had actually I should say from junior high and high school, she's had a project of volunteer work that she does with the Lebanon Gleaners. And she has put in many hours of work, and we have a certificate to present. Ron Palmer from Lebanon Gleaners is going to come up and present that. I believe the certificate states that she, in the year 2025, she has over 200 hours of volunteer work with the Lebanon Gleaners, and that's way underestimated, actually. And then in 2026, we have a current certificate that he's also presenting for her.
So this is for your 2025. Over 200 hours in. We really appreciate. We couldn't work without you. She does such a wonderful job helping out down there, keeping things straight. And everybody, my wife's number 2, and she goes to Ruth Ann and says, "What do we have we can give out today?" So we really appreciate it. And this is for the 26. And we thank you very much.
Thank you.
And please stay doing your work. We know how it goes. So.
Thank you so much, Ron. That leads me into, go ahead. Thank you. Good job, Ruth Ann. So for Ruth Ann's future plans, many people have asked about it. She does plan to continue with the Gleaners as long as she's able to. She's currently filling in for a secretary, which we do not have. And so she's doing a lot of the paperwork and adding up weights and stuff, which makes it easier for the coordinator to do some of the hard work that she does. So thank you, Ruth Ann. Thank you for being a sweet daughter, and it's been a good 12 years. And then Ruth Ann has some piano music and other instrumental music for us.
I have something.
Yes.
Ruth Ann has another job. My wife Anita and I are fortunate in that we're able to travel a little bit in retirement. And one of the things that makes that possible for us is that Ruth Ann comes to our home and stays there sometimes for weeks at a time, except when she comes to visit with you guys, and takes care of our home and takes care of our 2 kitties, our children. And, so if you're looking for a reference for somebody to come and house sit or pet sit, we are happy to offer a positive reference to Ruth Ann.
Thank you, I didn't need it. All right, I stick this. I think that goes there. I am supposed to tell you what I'm playing. All right, so the first one is an Italian song, and I will butcher the name of the song. It's called Funicula e Funicula. So you might recognize it when I play it more than if I say the name. So, first one. This is one of 4 people. Okay. Wherever is that? It's right here. This instrument is called a mountain dulcimer, and a lady that I cleaned house for gave it to me, what, like 3 years ago maybe, you think? All right, but I need a second chair for this. Okay, put this over here so Dad can't see me, right? Okay. We'll stay open. And this is I'll Fly Away, if anyone doesn't recognize it. If I can just, do I do an intro? Next instrument, this one. All right. So I was trained in guitar, kind of, but I was not trained singing, and I want to sing this song. And if anyone knows the words, I would like for you to please sing along. It's As the Deer, and it kind of has more of the older language, so it says thee instead of you. So let's see here, if anyone wants to sing. Yeah. Let's see here. As the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longeth after thee. You Thank you. And then, see here. And then there's one more song, and I'm going to do it on the piano. Thank you, Mommy. I'll put this over here too. Thank you. And this song, so we went to the library bookstore that's in the back of the Albany Library, and I found this music book, and I was reading through the names to see if Mom knew any of the songs, and she said, "Oh, Grandpa likes that song." So I was like, well, I want to learn it for Grandpa, so this one is for my grandpa. I don't know where to put this. Okay. And I'll try to do it justice, Grandpa. There we go.
This time we're going to pray for the food, and again, we appreciate everyone coming out, and there'll be lots of good food, and there's lots of artwork out here. I noticed the other day, I came home from work and I looked around, and I asked my wife if we'd been pilfered or looted, because one of the paintings that Ruth Ann had done that I had paid for.
Here's Bazaar.
Out of my living room. So that one is out here as well, and you're welcome to look at the Pythagorean theory if you have any interest in that. But I would ask Dad if he would pray for the food and gathering here today.
Our Father, it is a wonderful thing to gather together with friends and family to celebrate this accomplishment of Ruth Ann. Thank you for her heart in enthusiastically entering into her education and participating in beneficial things such as the food room. And we thank you for the way that she has affected so many people, made friends, and we thank you for this food, for this time, and for all these well-wishers that are here with us. Amen.
Amen.